He's definitely that guy. What's up, guys? And I'm here to give you my reaction to the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and Eagles. My takeaways are Patrick Mahomes is that guy. Andy Reid is the best offensive coach of this era, and the Chiefs may just be the new Patriots dynasty. End of the video. Thank you guys for coming. But for real though, was there anything unexpected that happened in this game? I know it didn't go quite the way I expected it to. I thought it would be more of a low scoring game. But that field, I didn't know that field was that trash. That's like me and my little brothers and cousins playing backyard football when it just rained 10 hours before. Like, that was ridiculous. People were slipping and tripping and fumbling and stumbling all over the field. It was ridiculous. I don't know. The biggest blunder in the NFL history. I don't know what that was. They had me so confused. I thought it was raining out there. Everybody was slipping so much. The whole Eagles team changing their cleats. They had a pile full of cleats. I think before halftime. It was after halftime. It was ridiculous. But to get into the game, Pat Mahomes, 21 of 27. That is 77%. 182 yards, 3 TDs. Played a clean game. Didn't really throw too many risky passes. Isaiah Pacheco got his bell wrong. He definitely did that. But came up huge. Averaged 5 yards a carry for 76 yards and a TD. Pat Mahomes on a bum ankle. Got 6 carries for 44 to go along with the 182 he threw for. Jared McKinnon rushed for another 34. Sky Moore rushed for another 4. Travis Kelce came up big in the receiving game with 81 yards on 6 catches for that amazing wheel route over TD. Little double move fake. Got the guy stumbling. You know, he could never guard Kelce. He knew he couldn't. That's why he almost fell. Juju Smith-Schuster came up pretty big. I thought he would have a big game since he was lining up mostly on Trashberry's side, as Debo would say. But he had 7 catches, 53 yards, and got held earlier in the game. I think it was the second quarter. They should have called that. That was on 3rd down. So that forced the Chiefs to punt. They only punted twice in this game. They could have really only been held to 1 punt. And then the missed kick by Buckner. What are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with Buckner? How long was the kick at the end of the game? Like 30 yards, if that. And I was terrified. I was like, he's going to miss. He's going to slip. He's going to do something. He's going to pull his groin. I don't know. I was just worried. There's no way he should have missed the kick that easy in the game. When there was really no pressure. And you expect me to make this when it's all the pressure? I don't know. I wouldn't have bet no money on it. But you know, that's just me. I like to play it safe. Jalen Hurts on the other side played I'm not going to hate. It was a good game. Wasn't anything spectacular. But it was a decent game. It was a lot of what we've seen all year. RPO, slant, hitches. There's not going to be a slant or hitch. Maybe an over route or two to Goddard. It's going to be a go ball down the field. Just a jump ball. That's literally what they've been doing all year. And today, it didn't really work. It did because they went up and down the field. And that scheme is so good. And the weapons that he have are so good. And I thought their running game would be much better. But they really didn't even try to run it, really. I mean, between the 3 backs, they had 17 carries. They averaged, 3 yards a carry? Not much. Like, they really wasn't doing anything. I was surprised. I thought that they will heavily run the ball. I guess if you add in Jalen Hurts, 15 carries for 70 yards and 3 TDs, it makes the total run stats look better. But I already knew that Jalen Hurts would get from like 50 to 70 rushing yards. I thought the other backs combined would get another 100. I thought they would dominate in the run game, but it just couldn't. It just couldn't dominate like I thought they would. I thought the pass game would struggle because Chiefs, for the love of God, whether you like it or not, they love the press. So I thought that quick RPO reads wouldn't be there. He would just hand it off, and it would be gaping holes throughout the middle of the field. But it wasn't. It was literally the opposite. Run game was stuffed. Pass game was wide open. Like, they pressed, but nobody could touch nobody. I don't know what was going on. It was literally backwards. Devontae Smith had a big game, 7 catches, 100 yards. A.J. Brown, 6 receptions, 96 yards in the TD. Dallas Goedert, 6 receptions, 60 yards. All of Dallas Goedert's catches mattered. And his 10 catch average shows that. Like, every catch was a difficult one-hand toe tap. Got to have it third down. Like, it was ridiculous. A really good game by him. Really, really, really good game. Now, to the defenses. I thought the Eagles defense, man. But here's the thing. Hear me out. I can't really blame them because the field was so bad. Like, for anybody out there who's tried to play any sport, when you can't get your footing, which is why the NBA literally pays people to continuously wipe the court off. If you can't get your footing, you can't establish balance, it's so hard for you to do what you do. Like, it's just so hard. And anybody who plays any type of sport can agree. So knowing what I know now about the field, I'm not really surprised that they didn't pressure Mahomes like I thought they could. I'm not really surprised that neither one of the secondaries really showed up. I'm not really sorry. Even though the Chiefs DBs can never find the ball, like, this is just a running joke at this time. They just can't. Somebody needs to put a compilation together of how many times the Chiefs DBs just get mossed on. Like, it's ridiculous. The last 4 years, it's insane. I've never seen DBs that play press coverage more than the Chiefs DBs just get burnt or mossed every single time. Like, it's ridiculous. They can't find the ball. They just and the TD to AJ, it should have been a pick. The Eagles fans are gonna say, "Oh, it was a great pass." It was a terrible pass. He wasn't doubled, but it was playing quarters. The DB should have played outside. The inside safety had the inside middle. He was gonna get on the top of that. The outside corner should have been underneath. Pick. But he can't locate the ball. Like, what are you doing? What are we paying you for? We literally pay you to locate the ball, and you can't do that. At least break it up or something. But he just totally got blinded. But to the MVP of this game, who people are going to hate on severely and try to award the Super Bowl MVP to that ref, I don't want to hear it. On a bum ankle, he re-injured it in the game right before half, sucked it up, jogged off into the locker room for halftime, jogged back out after halftime to come back out and put on a show. For him to go 21-27, albeit on a shitty field, but against that defense, and Patrick Mahomes is Super Bowl MVP by far. He deserves it. He did his thing. 3 TDs, no passes really in danger. Like a Pat Mahomes special, he just get boards in the pocket and he just decides, I'm going to throw it up. Nope, none of those. But hey, he put the game together. The bottom line is the Eagles didn't really show up in the second half. They had that one good drive in the fourth where they got that 2-point conversion on that TD drive. But other than that, they punted. And that was really it. They punted. So they got a field goal, they punted, and they got a TD drive. That punt really hurt. Man, that fumble really hurt. It really, really did early in the game. And that missed freaking field goal by Buckner also really hurted him. Like, it's so much that went into this game besides just that late game call. If you want to blame anybody, blame the field people. Wherever they grew that grass at, I heard they grew the grass. They was growing the grass for they was trying to maintain it for the last 2 weeks. They did a terrible job. All of them need to be fired. They need to stop putting paint on the field, like Odell said. Just play on regular grass. Put something in the middle. It don't need to be on both sides of the 50. Like, what are you doing? But it was just terrible. Andy Reid called a great game. excellent game. Got the Eagles in the red zone twice where I thought it could get tricky inside the 5. He motioned Kadarius Toney in. You know, the Eagles love to run that double blitz with their linebackers. So Darius Slay is like, switch. You know, he's trying to rush his man over, and Toney just whips back out. Easy TD. They run the same play on the other side because they know the Eagles are going to bring them 2 linebackers. This time it's Bradbury trying to get over the top. Sky Moore whips back to the outside. Easy TD. Great game by Andy Reid. I love those play calls. And the TD earlier to Travis Kelce, another great play call. See Slay is matched up one-on-one with him. You don't really like that matchup, so you motion him in so he can get on the weaker DB in Epps. He whips him, literally beats him down. It's ridiculous. It's Black History Month. He shouldn't have did that. But anyway, he beats him down. Got a TD. Perfect throw by Mahomes. Excellent. Now to what everybody wants to talk about. He held him. It was a hold. He threw the flag for a reason. And then on Twitter, Eli Apple was coming out of the woodworks. Oh, the refs win another Super Bowl. Shut up. What do you have to say? Eli Apple, just stay away. You disappeared for the last 3 weeks because you talked all that trash and now you want to show up. Nobody wants to hear from you. You're literally the last person people want to hear from. You don't make it no better with all the penalties you got in the AFC Championship game. Come on. Literally getting whipped up and down the field. Stop talking. But it was a hold. Okay, people? Let it go. That unnecessary late hit on Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game was a penalty. Stop saying the Chiefs got bailed. They didn't. The Eagles defense was trash, so they lost. That is the main reason why they lost. And that Jalen Hurts fumble for 7. That is why they lost. The ref, albeit, did give them a first down, but they were in the red zone anyway. And why were they down there? Because the Eagles defense didn't show up. Okay, leave it at that. It was a hold. Bradbury admitted it was a hold. Everybody who's neutral, okay, granted, it was a tough call in that situation, but in the words of Shannon Sharp, if it's a foul in the first, second, and third quarter, then in the fourth quarter, it should also be a foul. Okay, let it go. Let it go. Great game by Mahomes. Great game by Andy Reid. Great game all around. So exciting game to watch. Much better than last year's, 20-23 stanker. But got better in the fourth. But this game throughout the whole thing was amazing. Patrick Mahomes is that guy. He's on Tom Brady heels. He's low-key, I guess, starting to turn into Tom Brady. With his first Super Bowl, he threw, 2 picks late in the third and early in the fourth. But Jimmy Garoppolo, being Jimmy Gad, fumbled that away. His next year, he didn't have no offensive line. We could see that. But this year, people are going to say he got bailed, quote unquote, even though he torched the defense all game. Low key, turning into the Patriots. Next dynasty. There it is. But thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for being with me and listening. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment, and sub. I'm out. Go Patrick Mahomes.